Hi, Caesar. So I have a little bit more information here that I'm going to need for this particular demonstration. So let me get rid of a little bit of this. Oh, that's the one thing I do want there. Just going to get rid of some of these things that I think are just display items. Okay, I'm not sure about those, but let's see, get most of it there. All right. So now we have, can't help but go in there and get these. Now we have this part, and this part represents the part we want to have kind of tilt into or ramp down into this area here. That's what I'm guessing. We probably don't need these either. All right, then something else is going to happen here. So there's a couple ways you can handle this, and since I don't really know what that angle is going to be, I am making sure here that this is 25 wide by 1.25 inches long. All right, so that's going to be my relief. I want to make a copy of this, Control C. I'm going to paste this to the active layer. These are going to become my rails. I'm going to do sweep to rails. I'm going to explode this part and get rid of the corners. And I'm going to have both the rails go in the same direction. So I hit reverse, open contour now. They're both going this way. Now I want this to be ramping down into the part. So I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to move it from 0 to 0.5. All right, and now that will create my difference in height that I'm going to use to be able to create this slant. And now we'll go back here to our part, and I do need something that I'm going to, it's going to be my profile that I sweep between those two rails, and that's just going to be a straight line. So I'm just going to come here and draw a straight line. I'm going to grab my part, I'm going to create a flat, no thickness relief. Go ahead and make this 100 dpi. Now I'm going to go to sweep two rails. It says to select the first rail. I'm going to turn on the other layers. Here's the first rail. Here's the second rail. And now the sweep sections 1, 2, and route will rotate them for me. I'm going to add this onto my current relief. And just because I use the difference in height there, I should be able to know that I'm going to get a relief here that's going to travel. It's going to be a thickness, sometimes what happens, of looks like 0.4960. So we're going to come here and put a precision input center, say 0.5 here. All right, now we're going to move this into the part by going to the to put this into the part, and then if we look here, I believe this will be 1/2 inch thick material, 0.5. So you could cut the rest of this out and then move a toolpath this, and you know, here you're going to have a radius here, and we need to stop short of this line, because if you don't want this to exceed this part, then that's fine, but we're going to need to stop short of this line. I do probably want to do this part, so I'm actually going to come here and go to Control C. I need to create a mask now that I've done this. I'm just going to move this out of the way. I could always recreate that if I needed. I'm going to paste this to the active layer and delete this. I'm actually going to bring this back up to 0. All right, so we're moving that back to 0 just because I like to have that rectangle at 0. So there we go. Now I'm going to create a mask here. So the problem is you know, when I'm toolpathing this, I don't want to go past the side, but I probably do want to go past the top and the bottom a little bit. So just so I can make sure that the tool goes all the way to the desired area, I'm going to come here and do offset partial contour. Let's say 0.02. I'm going to click here and go to this side, click here and then go to this side. Make sure I did that one. All right, now that should give me these contours. Make sure I don't have more than one. I do. All right, and now just by connecting these, the sides will be the same, but I'll be going past the edges of the top and bottom a little bit because of those offset values. So now I'm going to select both the relief and those little lines that I offset, and you can see it here. It's even going to extend just a little bit past here, the toolpath. Now let's do a hatch fill here, and you know this is where you'd have to decide just how detailed you want it. I'm going to go to the ball nose tools, choose 1/8 inch ball. That'll give me a 1/16 inch radius on those sides. I'm going to say 0.5. Apply overcut is going to remain unchecked actually, and that's why I did those offsets. And 90% will be our fill. And I don't know what we're cutting this out of, but just put some basic values there. Now I kind of really wanted this tool to go all the way there, so I guess I would have to do this one a little different. I'm going to try this one more time. Control C, paste the active layer, and then delete that relief. Actually, before I delete the relief, let me just use that tool to move it back up to 0 and then delete the relief. Save me one step there. All right, now when I do this offset, I'm going to need to offset 0.0625. Maybe just make it easy on myself and say 0.07. Alright, now I should have accommodated half the diameter of the bit there. And I'll do that same join contours. Like this part. Hold down my shift key and select that inside part. And we have the same toolpath we're going to apply. But by doing that, my toolpath should come all the way to the edge here, but not come past the edge here. And of course that little radius is going to show up from the top and the bottom as it raises. So so this would be something to try now. You know, it's possible by looking at this we might need to reconsider how that works, but I believe this would be how we want it to be. Now just come here. Alright, just click that around, say merge selection, turn that into a blue contour. So that looks like what you would be wanting there. I believe that is correct. So you got it sloping down into the part, and then this rest of this part I believe is cut out flat. Alright, so that is a movie on how I'd go about doing this. I'd use sweep 2 rails. I'd do a little offsetting to mask where the toolpath applies. And then other than that, I think everything else you can tell what I was doing there.